Hello my beautiful buddies, welcome back to another fantasy video, and welcome back to another fantasy video. It is the 10th of August, when you're seeing this. We are going to take a look at the first roll of original Wolfen that we sent off at the end of June, which is what it is now. For me. For you guys, it's the 10th of August. So the original Wolfen was sent off. And we shot this during the holiday. That was actually the 9th, which is hilariously also the 9th of June. And also the 10th. But it's the 10th of August when you're seeing this, because yesterday you just saw the 28mm f2.8 lens being unboxed, which is over there that we unboxed it. And over here you've got the other black and white film, Ilford Delta 100, that we'll be shooting very soon on the channel, which we already saw most of this being shot during the holiday. But of course this is the 4th roll that will be shot in the Pentax MZ-60 very soon. And yeah. Like I said in those videos, it looks like a totally different colour than original Wolfen, so maybe it's less curly. It just doesn't look, maybe it is curly, but you know, we'll never know until we actually get it back and get these rolls back and be able to see if they are curly. But yeah, since we were talking about black and white film, let's talk about another one that will eventually be part of the series. Since most people are waiting patiently for the 10th of May to make an appearance, which is the first roll that we ever shot for the Pentax MZ-60. But I will be sending that off to the lab at some point. Right, let's pop into the 4th roll of the original Wolfen. Or is it the 3rd roll? Well, the 3rd roll, sorry, not the 4th roll of original Wolfen, and take a look at some exposure mistakes, because we definitely did quite a few of those. Right, so we are in our folder now. So, like I said, we are taking a look at our original Wolfen film, and then hopefully go for Delta 100 at some point in the future. And yeah, so we're gonna have to go original Wolfen, Pentax MZ-60. And it is this roll here, the 3rd roll, and you can take a look at these. So let's do the raw TIFF files. The first one. Oh, by the way, I did do a mistake during the editing of these rolls. I thought that I shot the first half of this roll here at the end of the roll, but turns out it was on the 3rd roll. Yeah, that's a bit of an editing mistake. I thought it was on the end of the 4th roll, but it's on the beginning of the 3rd roll. So here are the flowers. We kind of missed focus, but to be honest, it was quite windy and these were just moving around a lot. But it seems to have caught it, kind of. Well, actually, these caught much better than these did. And then we got the daisy shot, which is pretty cool. We have two shots of this. We've got one with this lighting. Very different look. Kind of like them both. And then we've got the duck, which we don't know if we can fix in post. This one is far too blurry, so I'm guessing it's just not being able to fix. Some of these may be able to be fixed in post. Then you've got a stand. This is what makes me think it's the end of the roll, not the beginning. Because I think we shot this beforehand, but you know. And then some shots that didn't actually work in its favour. I believe these were supposed to be the actual building that we were supposed to take a picture of, but it just did not work. There's no fixing this, it's an underexposure, there's no information at all. And yeah, just really unfortunate that we just did not get that. And then we got black and white shot of the reeds here. And then this is the building that was supposed to, but glad that this actually got there. And then you got my dad right in the corner there pointing upwards, because you got as well. Hopefully we can fix some of these in post. Some of these may actually be able to be repaired. And some may not. You realise that because of the film's so curly that you just get so many artifacts. Dust and stuff. This one may not actually be able to be repaired either. Yeah, and that's the end of the roll, because we only got 23 shots, because we've screwed up this roll badly. It's just unfortunate. So we didn't get 23 shots, usable shots. I think we may have just gotten just under that, so we're moving 3 photos from this roll. We only got 20 shots. Yeah, that is interesting. Anyway, we're gonna pop this into my Lightroom Classic, and then Lightroom, and edit some of these. So, because it's not gonna have this camera, it's gonna be fast forwarded. very difficult role to edit, as it was just very contrasty. So we managed to get through it. Managed to get some interesting images out of it. This is why I push process sometimes. You add a bit more contrast. Sometimes you gain photos, sometimes you lose them, which you probably noticed. But we managed to save a load of the photos. Yeah, especially this duck photo. I definitely enjoy this one. This is definitely one that I will be printing. Out of all the ducks, this is the only one that is decent. And then you got the landscape shots. Got this. It's alright, just too busy. It just doesn't look like what you want. And then, you know, this is the building. This is the cafe that we were sat in, where I changed the rollover. I just didn't realise that at the beginning of this roll, the ducks were part of the beginning of the roll, of roll 3, because I put it at the end of the vlog, because I thought it was roll 4, because that's how I was doing it most of the day, most of the week. And then you got the bird shots. Some didn't work in its favour. I did my best to edit them. I mean, we could probably turn some of them into silhouettes. But this one, I like this one. I decided to turn sky white, as even though it's like a more darker colour like this. But yeah, I wanted to like turn it really dark, because it actually I mean, if I did make sky white, it just wouldn't work. It just looks like this. So if I turned it to like a mid greyish, it works. It's just, the sky is decent if I feel like changing it to dark, but the light just emphasizes the grain, or hides the grain, really depending on what it's like. But I left it like this with a slight bit of white and a bit of dark black, but it's yeah, you know, that's the thing with film photography, it's just a lucky draw what you end up with. And you know, although really wanted to really wants more light, what I've noticed working with this film, but we managed to get some decent images. Unfortunately, that roll was screwed up, but because when we loaded it into the camera, it kind of didn't shoot through it, and I took it out, put it back in, and you know, that's the photos that you saw of the third one. And of course, we then shot a fourth roll that same day in that same location, which we'll get to in next Friday's episode. So that's it for this roll of original Wolfen. Unfortunately, we did screw up the roll, but we managed to fix it in post. And very soon, you will see Wolfen Delta 100. Like I was talking about in that, in that second and third episode of original Wolfen that you saw me shoot those rolls in, we were also talking about Wolfen Delta 100 in that roll, and how similar they looked. But of course, the differences between them. So, not too bad. The fact that we were able to fix the majority of the photos is fantastic. I love seeing them. And I can't wait to see the Ultra Delta photos. And also, I can't wait to show you the other photos from the original Wolfen photo rolls that we did on the same day, on the 9th, and also the next day, on the 10th. I'd love to show you those photos. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you. So, I want to quickly jump in here. Yes, I do apologize. Now another day from when I was editing. I'm now editing this. But like I wanted to say, original Wolfen. Of course, this roll wasn't 100% fantastic. We did mess up, but like I said, the 9th and 10th of June, we also shot some colour, and that colour was called that Colour Plus. So eventually we'll get to this film and see the photos, but right before that, we will going into another black and white film, Wolfen Delta 100 from Pentax, and the Canon, before we go into the Colour Plus and see those photos. So this is the last 3 episodes for the original Wolfen, but this is the 3rd one, and it's the 10th of August. If I really keep remember, yeah, the 10th of August. Yesterday you could see me unbox the 28mm 2.8. Yeah, and of course archiving the gold negatives on the Friday. So Saturday you saw me unbox the 28mm. Next Friday you will see the other roll of film, episode 4, or roll 4, and then Saturday you will see roll 5, and we will be going into shooting the Wolfen Delta 100 rolls, 4 and 5, that we shot in Peoples on the 28th of June, which I've just been to by the time I'm recording this, because it's the 2nd of July here. Well, right now, when I'm editing this bit. But so the thing. And shot 2 more rolls for the Pentax. So now that's all done. Can't wait to see those. Now you will see the photos that we shot earlier, what we edited. See that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this, because we've got Colour Plus and Wolfen Delta to come, and they'll probably won't be out until next year, maybe it's going. Anyway, Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, or next Friday. So check out the photos.